Have you ever thought, if only I had that I would be happy? Maybe it was a new job. Maybe it was a relationship. Or perhaps it was a sunny vacation you dreamed about all winter. We all do this. We create a map in our minds. We mark a spot and label it happiness. We believe that if we can just get to that spot, everything will be perfect. We spend so much time and energy chasing these things. We run towards them with all our might. We think that reaching them is the final destination. But what happens when we finally get there? Often, the feeling is not what we expected. The new job comes with long hours and a difficult boss. The exciting relationship has its own set of challenges and arguments. The beautiful vacation ends, and we have to return to our normal lives. The happiness we thought we had captured slips through our fingers like sand. This can be very disappointing. It can make us feel like we failed. We might even start looking for the next thing to chase. We think, maybe that will be the thing that finally works. This cycle can go on for years, leaving us feeling tired and unfulfilled. This chase is like trying to catch a butterfly. You see its beautiful colors. You imagine how wonderful it would be to hold it in your hands. You run and jump, trying to trap it in a net. But the butterfly is fast and free. Even if you do catch it, you realize you can't keep it forever. You either have to let it go or it will lose its beauty inside a jar. The joy was in the chase, not in the capture. External happiness is much the same. It is fleeting and beautiful, but it is not meant to be owned or held onto tightly. The truth is, things outside of us can't give us lasting happiness. A new car will eventually get a scratch. A perfect day will end. A wonderful compliment will fade from memory. These things can bring us moments of pleasure, and that is perfectly fine. We should enjoy them, but we make a mistake when we rely on them to be the source of our deep, lasting joy. We are setting ourselves up for disappointment. We are giving our power away to things we can't control. True happiness has to come from somewhere else. It has to come from a place that no one and nothing can take away. Relying on the outside world for happiness is an unreliable strategy. Think about it. When we place our happiness in the hands of another person, we are asking them to carry a very heavy burden. We expect them to always say the right thing, do the right thing, and be there for us exactly when we need them. But people are not perfect. They have their own problems, their own moods, and their own busy lives. They can't be our personal happiness providers 24/7. It is not fair to them, and it is not fair to ourselves. We are depending on something that is, by its very nature, unpredictable. Money is another popular illusion of happiness. Many people believe that if they just had more money, all their problems would disappear. They dream of winning the lottery or getting a huge promotion. Money can certainly make life more comfortable. It can solve many practical problems. But it cannot buy true joy. Studies have shown that once our basic needs are met, more money doesn't lead to much more happiness. The thrill of a big purchase wears off. The big house can feel empty. We end up just as we were before, only now we might be worried about losing all the money we have gained. Situations are just as unreliable. We might think, I'll be happy when I move to that sunny city. Or, I'll be happy once this difficult project at work is over. We are waiting for our circumstances to be perfect before we allow ourselves to feel joy. But life is a constant flow of changing situations. The sunny city might have traffic jams. After one project ends, another one begins. If we are always waiting for the perfect moment, we will spend our entire lives waiting. We miss out on the small joys available to us right now, in this imperfect moment. This is like expecting a single meal to make you feel full and satisfied for the rest of your life. Imagine eating the most delicious dinner you can think of. It's wonderful in that moment. It's satisfying and brings you pleasure. But you know that in a few hours, you will be hungry again. You wouldn't say the meal failed. You understand that its effect is temporary. Happiness from external sources is the same. It's a temporary boost, a pleasant experience, but it is not a permanent solution. To expect it to be is to misunderstand what it is. It's a snack, not a lifelong supply of nourishment. It is important to understand that when people let us down, it is rarely because they want to hurt us. Most people in our lives, our friends, our family, our partners, have good intentions. They care about us and want us to be happy. They might promise to do something or be there for us, and they mean it with all their heart. They genuinely believe they can deliver on that promise. But life is complicated and unpredictable. Things happen that are outside of anyone's control. Their good intentions are not always enough to guarantee our happiness. Think about a friend who promises to help you move. They really want to be there for you. But on moving day, their car breaks down or their child gets sick. They have to cancel at the last minute. They feel terrible about it, and you feel disappointed and stressed. Their intention was good, but the circumstances got in the way. If your entire plan and your emotional well-being for the day depended on that one person, you are left in a very bad spot. It wasn't their fault, and it wasn't done out of malice. It was just life happening in its messy, unpredictable way. This is why handing over the keys to our happiness to someone else is so risky. Even the most loving and reliable person in the world cannot control the future. They cannot promise that they will never get sick, never be busy, or never make a mistake. When we expect them to be the source of our joy, we are putting them in an impossible position. It creates pressure on the relationship. It can lead to feelings of resentment on our side when they inevitably fall short, and feelings of guilt on their side for not being able to live up to our expectations. The happiness that comes from outside sources is not just temporary. It also brings with it the fear of loss. If your happiness depends on your partner, you might live in constant fear that they will leave you. If your joy comes from your job, you may be terrified of getting laid off. This fear can poison the very happiness you are trying to protect. You can't fully enjoy the present moment because you are too busy worrying about the future. This is not true joy. It is a fragile state of contentment built on a foundation of anxiety. True happiness should be free from this kind of fear. At some point in my own life, I had a big realization. The common denominator in all my moments of happiness and unhappiness was me. I was the one experiencing it all. I realized that if I was always waiting for something or someone to make me happy, I was giving up my own power. I was like a sailor waiting for the wind to blow in the right direction, instead of learning how to use the oars. So, I decided to start my own happiness project. The first rule of this project was simple. I am responsible for my own happiness. This idea was both scary and incredibly freeing. But honestly, this doesn't mean I stopped enjoying things. It means I changed my perspective. I stopped seeing external things as the source of my happiness, and started seeing them as opportunities for me to create happiness. The source was already inside me. This is a crucial difference. When you believe happiness is an external thing you must find, you are always searching. When you know happiness is something you create, you can start building it anytime, anywhere. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You become the architect of your own emotional world. For example, I love going for a walk in the morning. In the past, I might have thought, the beautiful morning is making me happy. Now, I think, I am choosing to feel happy while I appreciate this beautiful morning. The power is with me. If it rains one morning, I don't have to be unhappy. I can choose to find joy in something else, like the sound of the rain or the extra time to read a book. The activity itself doesn't hold the magic key to my feelings. My choice to engage with it and find joy in it is what creates the happiness. So, the great illusion is that happiness is a destination. It's not. It's a way of traveling. It's a skill you can practice. It's a muscle you can strengthen. True happiness is possible for everyone right now, because the essential ingredient is already within you. You don't need to buy it, earn it, or wait for someone to give it to you. You just need to decide to access it. You need to turn your attention inward and realize that you have the ability to generate your own light, even on the darkest days. This is the most empowering discovery a person can make. So, how do you start building this inner happiness? The key is to start small. Don't try to change your entire life overnight. Instead, I encourage you to find simple, reliable ways to make yourself happy each day. These should be activities that you can do completely on your own, without relying on anyone else's permission, participation, or approval. These are your personal happiness tools. They are your oars for the days when there is no wind. They give you a sense of control and self-reliance that is deeply satisfying. My personal examples are quite simple. I find happiness in making my bed every morning. It's a small act of order and accomplishment that starts my day on a positive note. I also love the quiet moment of making a cup of tea in the afternoon. It's a pause, a ritual that belongs only to me. Listening to a favorite upbeat song while I clean the kitchen is another one. These things don't sound grand or exciting. They are not a trip to Paris or a winning lottery ticket, but they are reliable. I can do them almost every day, and they work because I have decided they are my moments for creating joy. I want you to think about one thing you can do today, just one small thing. Something that is completely for you. Maybe it's taking 5 minutes to stretch. Maybe it's reading a chapter of a book without interruptions. Perhaps it's stepping outside to feel the sun on your face for a few moments. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something you choose for yourself. The goal is to prove to yourself that you can make yourself happy. You don't need to wait for Friday. You don't need to wait for your friend to call back. You can give yourself a little piece of joy right now. Remember, the goal is to rely only on yourself for your core happiness. This doesn't mean you should isolate yourself or stop enjoying the people and things in your life. It just means you build a strong foundation within yourself. That way, when external things bring you pleasure, it's a wonderful bonus, not a desperate need. And when life is difficult, you have your own inner wellspring of strength and joy to draw from. Don't let the illusion of external happiness rob you of your power. Your happiness project begins and ends with you. You are the source.